want you to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Say, please don't go about looking for trouble. Chai! The Shoji. Mad people everywhere. I want you to listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
That the structures doesn't exist. The institutions that will allow the emergence of a
rather than going on now. Now, let me ask you. I know. Why don't your group put?
For those who will always say, "Oh, why don't you win election? Why don't you bring somebody who is going to win election for you? Why don't you go to national conference? Why don't you do this?" Listen to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu answered.
Push for that in a place like the national conference that is going on now to get that kind of autonomy first, rather than now pushing for independence without whether Nigeria wants it or not.
The fact of the matter is that the structures doesn't exist. The institutions that will allow the emergence of a democratic Biafra within a peaceful setting does not currently exist in that very place you call Nigeria. Mind you, that is the name of a river. Up north, you call them Niger, which is French. If you come down a little bit, it is called Niger, which is English. And the people that live around it are called Nigerians. The only place, or part of the only place in Black Africa where you name a people after a river. I have never seen any civilized country in the world where people are named after a river. It's never happened before. The people own the river, not the other way around. By tacitly accepting the word and the tag Nigeria, what it means is that you never had any history until Frederick Lugard came, which is a fallacy, it's an abomination, and nobody should be saying that. Coming back to what you said, there is no way we can run for office as a political party. We tried it with ABGA and it did not work. These issues were trashed out very well. Is that the people that control the levers of power within Nigeria are not politically sophisticated enough to appreciate the finer points of political discourse. In other words, that disputes resolution can best be conducted within a political setting where people are civilized. And I'm afraid to say that what I see in the zoo they call Nigeria, people are not civilized.
Now, we're out of time, but let me ask you, last week, I believe, the Biafran Zionist movement claimed a responsibility for the attack at the attacks in the Enugu State Government House. Are you familiar with that group, and what was the mission of that attack?
I am familiar with a lot of groups. That name rings a bell. Anybody that can do anything to disrupt the present orthodoxy of governance by a group of very corrupt cabals is welcome. In that regard, I welcome what they did at Enugu, and I hope that people can come out and join us when the time comes to overthrow the very corrupt, inept old men and women in charge of that very place, because Biafra must exist. It's our right to make sure it happens. To disrupt the present orthodoxy of governance by a group of very corrupt cabals is welcome. In that regard, I welcome that can do anything to disrupt the present orthodoxy of governance by a lot of groups. That name rings a bell. Anybody that can do anything to disrupt the present orthodoxy of governance by a group of very corrupt cabals is welcome. In that regard, I welcome what they did at Enugu, and I hope that people can come out and join us when the time comes to overthrow the very corrupt, inept old men and women in charge of that very place, because Biafra must exist. It's our right to make sure it happens.
All right.
While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group whatsoever, just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against Nigeria.
When the time comes to overthrow the very corrupt, inept old men and women in charge of that very place, because Biafra must exist. It's our right to make sure it happens.
While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group whatsoever. Just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against Nigeria. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group whatsoever. Just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against Nigeria. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group, while Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not condemning any group whatsoever. Just like I am supporting any group at all, so long as you are fighting against Nigeria. While Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not supporting, is not condemning any group, the people that claim follow him today, they say Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is this. Simon Ekpa is that. After 10 good months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. After 10 months of fighting Simon Ekpa, they didn't achieve anything. Yet, they are now changing tone. Simon Ekpa is a terrorist. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Chai! This OG. And they are looking for freedom. You see, the more you blackmail me, the more you are blackmailing yourself. You think you are blackmailing me. You are blackmailing yourself. You don't know that? When the BBC came and do their nonsense disinformation, is it only Simon Ekpa that they showed his picture? Is it only Simon Ekpa? You all were there. All of you were there. You could not even defend yourself. The same Simon Ekpa you are calling all manner of names defended you there. And let me tell you, even when they mentioned Simon Ekpa, the issue they mentioned Simon Ekpa there was not even, I can defend anything I say. All of you, you could not defend yourself, yet, you blackmail me. You think that when you blackmail me, when they want to call name, they call only Ekpa? All of you, your picture were there. Did you see my picture in the write-up? No. My picture my video was hidden in the video. But all of you, your picture was there. Every day you look for Simon Ekpa, you post. Simon Ekpa is Nwapoda. Simon Ekpa is Ekperima. Simon Ekpa is this. When the thing begin to happen, you think it doesn't, they will call you. And when the issue started, you could not defend yourself. You couldn't defend yourself. BBC did not say it was Simon Ekpa. BBC put your picture, all of you, as you were blackmailing Simon Ekpa, they did not say it was, they put all of your picture. So this one, they say, we are going to kill this one, we are going to kill that one. All of your picture was there. Your video was there. Yet, you will wake up every day to blackmail Simon Ekpa. And every day, if you don't, of course, some of you can never learn. Hatred and jealousy of Simon Ekpa have beclouded the brain that you don't even have at all. I do not know when they are going to learn. They think when they promote Simon Ekpa by calling Simon Ekpa criminal, BBC will come and say Simon Ekpa. All of you, the more you are calling me a terrorist, the way you are calling me a terrorist is the same thing you are calling yourself. You think when you are a terrorist, is oh, Jesus Christ. This BBC disinformation should have teach all of you a lesson. You think when you come to social media because you hate me, because you are jealous of me, because you don't like me, you think when you call me criminal, you are going to pay for everything you say. You are going to pay. You carry my name and blackmail. Simon Ekpa is the leader of a non-government. Simon Ekpa is this one. Simon Ekpa is that one. You see the way BBC is dealing with you people? If anything is going to happen anywhere, you are going to also be dragged into it. And you can't even defend yourself. Iti Boribos. Iti Pataka. Everywhere. Get yourself educated, you say no. Go to school, you say no. Simon Ekpa every day. Simon Ekpa every morning. All right. We are going to stop here because of time. We started very late.
Welcome everyone that have joined. I appreciate those who are able to connect, and maybe the other people can watch later. Those who are not able to connect, so I can understand that so many people have been restricted, so we will continue to do what we have to do without being discouraged. So I appreciate everyone that have joined. We will continue, and we're going to make it as brief as we can so that we can be able to come back later in the evening when the rest people can be able to join us. So, my fellow Biafrans, remember, in our platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack anybody, people, or individuals. We do not come here for propaganda or blackmail. All we do is to speak for Biafran people, to promote the cause of Biafra, and to make our demands. That is all we do. And we will continue to do so no matter what the enemies are doing, no matter their blackmail and propaganda, no matter the attacks. So as you join us on this program, I urge you to like and share as we continue to do what we have to do as all time. Thank you for joining. I appreciate those who have joined, more especially those who are watching on TikTok, those who are watching on Facebook. And if you are on YouTube, you are watching me, I appreciate you too. So today, remember, today is a sit at home. As you all know, it's a very important day to the cause of Biafra. Sit at home. It's a day we have agreed to gather together, sit at home, and demand for the unconditional release of our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and all the Biafran activists that are in detention. Today, we join hands together and we demand for their unconditional release. And that we will continue to do. It is Monday sit at home, and Biafrans are sitting at home in Biafra land without being stopped. No matter the propaganda, the blackmail, the obstructions, the hindrances, we will never allow them to stop us. No matter how they try to stop us, we won't allow them. So today we have chosen a topic which says Monday sit at home. The secret behind Prime Minister Simon Ekpa's court case in Finland, the road to freedom. We know that a lot has happened all this while. So many things have happened since after the pronunciation of the court of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. So many truths have been revealed. So many secrets is coming out. There are so many things we didn't know before that we have known now. And as we get those informations, we will continue to deliberate on it, and we will continue to share it with everyone. So wherever you are as a Biafran, you must be able to open your ears wide, open your eyes also, and watch. Observe every single thing that you see going forward. Make sure you observe it and pay attention. Do not get distracted. Don't allow anybody to distract you. Do not allow emotion to becloud your eyes, and you can be able to see the truth. More revelations are coming, and we are going to dig into those revelations to be able to see things exactly the way it is. We will try to dissect all these informations so that our people can understand it better. It is very important. I can understand that the pronunciation of judgment upon our Prime Minister demoralized many people, it weakened many people, and many people were really disappointed. If I tell you that we are not we are really disappointed, everybody is, but at the same time, after expressing your disappointment, you have to pick up your pieces and begin to do what you have to do to support our Prime Minister, to make sure that he joins us back. We know that the verdict is not going to stand, no matter how they try to pronounce the verdict, it will not stand. And that is why we are still focusing and looking into the whole issues and what happens and what transpires. That we are going to do today. My fellow Biafrans, brothers and sisters across the world, wherever you're watching, I welcome you to this critical live stream. Today, we dive deep into the untold truth of our civil disobedience. The civil disobedience that we have undergone. You know what it means. I have explained it several times here. Our Prime Minister have explained it. The importance of sit at home, it cannot be overemphasized. It is of essence. It is because of the sit at home that we are able to speak today. We are able to be heard. We are able to make our case for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It has achieved a lot. It has helped us to make our case to the world and draw their attentions, no matter how they try to ignore us. And we will continue to make sure that we drag the attention and make sure that we are being heard. So wherever you are watching this program from, I urge you to tighten up your seatbelt as we proceed in the few minutes that we have, and then we can be able to dissect this information. A movement that has shaken the foundation of Nigeria, that is sit at home. You sit at home, that way it has shaken the foundation of Nigeria. Initially, they were denying it. You and I know they're denying it. They say sit at home is not working. Oh, it is against us. Oh, they did against us. But you have seen the success it has made. It has shaken the foundation of Nigeria, and we must not let go of it. We must not let go of it. It's a weapon that we have in our hand that the enemies do not have. It's a weapon that we have in our hand that the enemy cannot stop. This is the only weapon we have that is legitimate. Legitimate. A very democratic way to air your opinion and shake the pillars of the tyrants. That is what we are doing. And we have seen it happen several times. We will also expose the secrets surrounding our the case of our Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa. There's a lot of things that have been uncovered. There are so many things that we are not told about the case of Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa. So many things we are hidden. So many things we are not told. But as the day goes by, secrets begins to come out, things begin to come out, and we will continue to dissect all these informations and discuss with the Biafrans. You know, from Mazi Ekpa had a lawyer, he didn't have a lawyer, he did this, with representation, the government representation, and so many things are not adding up. So many things, and if you can remember, from the onset, I've been saying it, that information about Mazi Ekpa's case is very sketchy. We don't know what we are not supposed to, we don't know what we are supposed to know. And I don't know why it is like that. I don't have explanation for that. In as much as most times we claim we have a government, we claim we have people in Finland, but yet the information surrounding the case of our Prime Minister is so sketchy. Every day you hear new things, every day you hear anything. But now it is unfortunate that we have gotten to where we got. So we begin to dig in and dig out and find out what is really the true process of the court of Finland, how are they going about it, and what is that process. We will look into that today to see what we can find. We also expose those secrets, and so that people can be able to know what to hope for, what to look up for, what they don't want us to know. There are certain things some individuals do not want us to know. I don't know why. There are certain things that are hidden for us. I don't know why. So we have to start asking questions. Why is this things the way it is? Our people are not asking questions enough. I don't know why. And we're also going to look at his true chances of freedom. What are the chances of our Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa? What are the chances? Are there chances? Are there possibilities of him joining us? Is there any chances you can find? All this we are going to look into. This is not just a discussion. It is a call to vigilance. We need to be vigilant, very, very vigilant. We have been very, very ignorant for a very long time, silent for a very long time, following things sheepishly for a very long time. We need to be more vigilant at this particular point in time. We need to be very, very, very vigilant. It's also a call to unity and a call to rise. My fellow Biafrans, stay tuned, because the truth you will hear today is what they have been hiding from you. So we are going to try as much as possible to push it out there so that people can be able to get a clear picture of what is going on. So many things have transpired and hidden in secrecy, and nobody seems to care or talk about it. But we will not continue to pretend we don't know or we don't hear or we don't ask. We will keep on asking questions. As the day go by, in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are seeing more revelations coming, new information coming out on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are hearing and seeing new things coming out. And one of the latest things we saw now is the system. We try to look into the court system of the Zoological Republic. Not actually the court system of Finland. What is their judicial system? What is their court system? So these things are the information we are supposed to have so that when we are speaking about the case or when we are looking at the chances of our prime minister, we can be able to know if truly we have some chances or not. Because from every indication, all we are hearing, the informations are not adding up. The informations we are being fed are not adding up. They are not adding up. It's so sketchy. So that is why everybody have to get busy, begin to make inquiry for yourself, begin to make research and begin to ask questions. And so many of us, I thank God, they are asking questions. They are asking questions. So many questions are being asked. And one of the important revelations that we have had now is the judicial system of Finland. The judicial system of Finland, their court system, or whatever you can call it. Finland court system. We need to look into that to see the chances we have and to see how serious the case is and what are we going to do. What is that to expect? Even if there's nothing you can do, at least what to expect. We need to know what to expect. So, looking into the structure of the Finnish court, in the structure of the Finnish court, this is what we found, and we are going to discuss about it and share so that everyone can be able to follow us along and see what we got on their system. On the court system of Finland, it is something that we need to know about so that each time when we are talking about these issues, we can be able to know what to expect. We will not just be talking out of ignorance or not just be speaking because we want to speak. So we go to the structure of Finnish court. The structure of Finnish court. It says Finland court system has 3 main tiers, similar to most European countries. Finland court system has 3 main tiers, similar to most European countries. Number 1, the first court they have there is the district court. The name is written in Finland, say Karajoskos or whatever. District court. In district court is also referred to as first instance for almost all criminal and civil cases. Court of first instance, the district court, which is where the case of our prime minister is now, which is where the case of prime minister was looked into and they came up with the verdict they came. So in that district court, terrorism or serious crimes also starts here. This is a place where they treat criminal cases and case of terrorism. It is the district court. That is where it starts, the starting point. The very first point in Finland is this district court, and that is where the case of our prime minister is, as we speak. That is where it has been looked into and they passed the judgment in the past. 1 or more professional judges in this very district court. They have 1 or more professional judges in this very district court. Sometimes with lay judges. These lay judges we are talking about is just ordinary citizens appointed to participate in trial for serious crimes. You see, in this kind of a case, citizens participate. You have citizen judges, you have professional judges, few of them, 1 or more, they have in this very district court. But mainly, they also have citizens. They call them lay judge, sometimes with lay judge. Ordinary citizens appointed to participate in trial for serious crimes. And this citizen participation is very important. I want you to pay attention to that citizen participation, these lay judges. This is where government have an upper hand and manipulations can come in, because it is government that are going to choose who they're going to bring in as a citizen to participate in the judgment. When they talk about lay judge, these are the people, the government themselves will choose who they will be. So in that process, they can manipulate and they can be able to do whatever they want to do in that district court. So district court, a court of fourth instance, this is how it is. This is what is made up of. This is called decide guilt, sentencing, and evidence. Just as they have decided the case of our prime minister, they did the sentencing also, and they gave the evidence that they could be able to provide. But one thing we must pay attention in this district court is this lay judges. The judges that you see in this very court, in most cases, are ordinary citizens appointed to participate. Ordinary citizens, not professionals, ordinary citizens. And it depends on the government who they choose. It depends on them. So when you look at this very district court, with what we are facing with Finland and Nigeria, and with their statement, they say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing in between them and their business with Nigeria, just as their ambassador said. When you look at all those statements, you find out that Finland and Nigeria has a common interest. That is something they are pursuing, and they can do anything they can under their own court that will favor them to make sure that they got a favor. So this very lay judge we see in this district court is a loophole for them to manipulate whatever they want to manipulate. So that is the court of first instance, where our prime minister case was decided now. And after that, we have the second court, which is the appeal court. And this is why I said that it is very, very necessary we appeal. It is very necessary we appeal, because the court of first instance does not decide the fate of a person in their case, except if you choose not to appeal, maybe for one reason or the other. But the court of first instance does not decide the fate of an accused person or a sentence. It doesn't make it, it's not final. In the case of our prime minister, with the interests of Finland and Nigeria, it is very important that we pursue it and go further. So let us see what their appeal court is made up of. Court of appeal, they call it huviacus. If either party, defendant, prosecutor, or victim is unhappy with the district court decision, they can appeal. The court of appeal review the case fully, facts, evidence, legal interpretation. This legal interpretation is very important. Very important. Usually consists of panel of professional judges. In appeal court, it doesn't have anything to do with lay judges. You can't manipulate it. These are professionals. People who are there on their own that cannot be manipulated. These are professionals. Now, when you look at the district court and this where they operate that system and what is being made of, you can now understand why they want everything to be done in their own way, in Finnish language, and it must be judges from Finland and their citizen lay judge. Lay judge, that's ordinary citizens. You can understand that it just has to do with them on their own lower level. They can be able to manipulate and do it on their own way. But when it gets to appeal court, everything that has to be done there has to be done in a professional manner. And they have to adhere to international law mostly, because most of these professional judges knows about international law. European law must not be thrown under the carpet. This is why it is important we move, our prime minister moves into the court of appeal. Very, very important to move into the court of appeal. The court of appeal, in that place, case will be reviewed fully. Review the case fully. They will review the case fully. They will look at the facts. They will look at the evidence and legal interpretations. Legal interpretations, it matters a lot. These legal interpretations, you can't get it right in the court of first instance, where they have lay judges. There will be variance, there will be differences. It can't be the same. And most importantly, in this appeal court, you see, usually consists of panel of professional judges. It has nothing to do with a lay judge or the citizen judge. No. Professional judge. These are people who want to protect their image and their career and cannot be manipulated. That is why it is important. It is very, very important that we take this case to the appeal court, which I believe our Prime Minister will take that step, except for any other reason, except for anything whatsoever, which I cannot believe, which I don't know. But I believe he has great and greater opportunities in our appeal court, either to throw away the case or to quash that sentence and beat it down and let him go. Those are the two things to expect in the appeal court. We want this. If the lay judges can be able to come up without those nonsense they came up with, when professional judges look into this matter critically, with evidence provided, with all those evidence, when they read the real interpretation professionally, Mazi Ekpa is going to be walking free. I strongly believe that. I strongly believe that. So these three stages of the court, we are still on the court of 14 stance, which is where he is now. We must take it to the next level. Mazi Ekpa and his legal team must take the step. They must take the step, and I believe they will. I believe if there is any reason that Mazi Ekpa has for him not to go ahead to the appeal court, I can't understand that. I think he himself has to explain. I don't want anybody to explain to me. I don't want to hear from anybody. I don't want to hear any propaganda or any assumption. Whatever reason whatsoever that will make Mazi Ekpa not go to appeal, I will wait to hear from him why he did not appeal. So, my opinion here, I am not trying to, I'm not